Hi, my sassies. I got a new kind of a video for you. Not my norm, but it's a video that still needs to be done because it's part of me. So grab your beverage, get a seat, come on back. You got your beverage? I'm trying out a new kind of peace tea. Y'all know that I'm addicted to the raspberry. But even as much as I buy it, can you believe the store by me still runs out of it? You would think that I buy enough of it that they would buy more than enough to put on the shelf. Because if they don't have it, I'm going to go somewhere else. And if I continue to go somewhere else, well, then I ain't going to be buying my stuff there. Right? This one is tea and lemonade. It's not as good as my raspberry, but it's still pretty good. Alright, so disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional anything. Maybe a professional goofball, but that's about it. So this is just my experiences, my opinions, and how this has worked for me. If it can help one person, making this video was way worth it. So, what do y'all know about your motorcycle? There's a Harley. What do y'all know about agoraphobia? I'll put the description here somewhere of what Google says that it is. But for every person that has it, its symptoms are as unique as the person. But the basis of it is you try to avoid situations that cause anxiety and panic to yourself, fear. And a lot of people that have agoraphobia, including myself, have a very hard time leaving their own home. I know, me, right? So, to begin this story, first we have to go back, way back, to the beginning. Not like God created Earth back, just my beginning. When I was a small child, I had bad things happening to me. I have a lot of things stuffed in what I call a black box up in here that I don't think anybody should ever have to go through, and definitely not a small child. But I think that is when this began with me, because I trusted that my mommy would take care of me, because that's what you grow up learning, you know. Your mommy and your daddy are there for you. If you are hurting or sad, you know, you go to them and they kiss your boo-boos, all that stuff. Well, in my house, that's not what happened. And I began thinking that my own mother must hate me and think that I'm worthless, because she was the one that was paying this individual to come into our home to babysit for myself and my little sister. And even after I told my mother, she said, "Why don't you pray to that God that your grandmother preaches to you about?" And so I did. I can remember what my room looked like. I remember what my pajamas felt like. I can remember getting down on the floor and putting my arms up on the bed, looking up at the ceiling, because everybody always looked up when they prayed to God. Now, mind you, I was very small. And I remembered I prayed for him to make the bad stuff stop. But it didn't stop. And I stopped believing in God at that moment in my life. Because I thought he was nothing more than Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, which are also things that your parents lie to you about. And at a very, very, very young age, I started self-medicating with alcohol, and in the beginning it was marijuana. Because if I felt, it hurt. But if I numbed the pain, it didn't hurt no more. So remember, this is about my experience and what happened to me and what made me me. I know who the person was. That person is still alive today. When I was young, I thought of many ways that I would torture that individual. But about 5 years ago, I got a phone call about my oldest son. He had OD'd. He's okay now, but at this time he had OD'd. I was at work. I was extremely upset. No parent ever needs to have that phone call. My boss, another group leader, and one of my coworkers seen that I was very upset. And they asked if they could pray over me when I started telling them what was the matter. And I remember saying to them, if that makes you feel better. And they said, you don't believe in God? I said, if God will keep my son alive, I will pray. And I will believe in him. And I will pray to him every day that he keeps my son alive. And my son is alive today. And I still pray to God. And I have widened my faith. And it has come the time for me to take my life back. And the only way that I can do that is to begin to forgive those that took my life away. It has to be between them and their maker or whatever they believe in now. Because I can't spend the rest of my life like this anymore. This is not me. Everybody that knows me knows this isn't me. Had many, many, many bad things happen to me in my life. Each one of them would be very hard for anybody to make it through. And I've had many of them. Some from my own bad choices. Some I had no control over. But they all made me know one thing, how strong I was, because I made it through all that stuff. So when they told me I had cancer, there ain't no magic pill that's going to keep you here, or no magic juice they're going to hook into you. It's what's in here, and what's in here, and what you believe here. You gotta wanna live. And my God, I wanted to live. So here I am. But I didn't want to live like this. I guess be careful what you wish for, right? Like I said, I think this has always been brewing with me because I've had so much. At a very young age, I was diagnosed that I had PTSD. I thought only the people that, went off to war had stuff like that. It feels dumb for me to say that I have that, but yet I've never served my country and I've never faced any of the things that they had to. But I guess there's other forms of it, and that's just the medical term for it. I have anxiety and panic attacks, which I guess is a given considering all the things that have happened to me. Pretty lucky that's all I do have, right? And around my 40s, I started showing signs of having agoraphobia. I also had something really, really, really bad happen to me at the same time. So it was like the two together, that was it. Charlotte broke Camel's back. They jumped off the fucking cliff. It was the Hail Mary of fucking plays, and that's it. That's all she wrote. There was no coming back. Boom. I was off and running into the world of what agoraphobia is, along with anxiety, panic attacks, and PTSD, and ADHD. Pretty fucked up. I ain't never thought about that. I am pretty fucked up. Damn. I don't want you to think that nothing good ever happened in my childhood, because that's not true either. I had great times at my mom and pa's, and they always made me feel like I was so important, like I was something special. And when I got to go down south and spend time with my Aunt Colleen, that place was like magical. I love being around her. She's a lot like Ma. And I had some really good birthday parties that I remember about. Like, I actually had one of them cakes where it was the Barbie doll and the dress was the cake. I can remember the people, but try not to name too many people because, well, I don't know who wants to be called out and who doesn't, right? Yeah, that's some good sledding down the hills in Almont, Cub Springs and Cochrane, the ocean for my Emily City peeps. Just going off in the cornfields. Just all kinds of good stuff. But anyway, a few years ago, when that something bad that happened, it changed something in me. Like, I think I felt it happen. At first, it was so gradual. Like, I don't know, I used to always stop up and see my girlfriend at the bar, and I started doing it like only once a month, and then slowly I didn't do it at all. And I would get invited to things, and I would say that I'm going to go. Mexico, and I would want to go so bad. You have no idea. I'll wake up at the earliest time in the morning, and already my heart will be racing. My palms will be sweaty. I'm already worrying if I'm going to be able to do it. Am I going to be able to get ready and leave this house? Or am I going to let somebody down again? Am I going to disappoint somebody again? My biggest fear is I won't be able to pull out of this quick enough before my friends won't want to invite me to anything anymore because I clearly never show up. But it's not because I don't want to be there. I just can't do it. I wish I could explain why. I don't know. But anyway, I started just, basically the only thing I was doing was I would go to Walmart. At this time it was before COVID, so I'd go to Walmart. They're open all night when I got out of work. I was on afternoons then as well, as I am now. And I just walk around the store. That was my getting out. Look at the Walmart people, shop. Probably get a bunch of shit that I didn't need. But when I came home, I just put the stuff wherever. On the couch, on the table. If it had to go in the fridge or the freezer, it got put away. Otherwise, nothing got put away. And I would go off in my room. Not thinking anything of it. I mean, it wasn't like I intentionally went to the store, bought things, and didn't put them away. Like, actually put the canned goods on the counter, like, this far away from the cupboard they go in. I couldn't, I don't know. Anyway. One day, my youngest son come over. Excuse me. He was like, Madre, what's going on with your house? I said, what do you mean? He takes me by the hand and he pulls me out and shows me the kitchen and the dining room and the living room. He says, your house is always clean. What's going on? Now, there wasn't like garbage everywhere, but all the spaces were taken with stuff. The kitchen table was full of stuff. Both chairs were full of stuff. The couch was full of stuff. All the counters were full of stuff. The only spot on the counter that didn't have anything on it, do you want to guess what it was? Come on. You guess. I'll take a drink while you guess. You ready? The microwave. Well, I had to use that. And the way this house is set up, I could go out, leave my bedroom, walk straight down the hallway, turn left, the microwave was right there. So I never even had to go into the rest of the house. It was always set up that way. I didn't change it or anything. He says, if you don't do something about this, I'm going to tell Grandma Pat. That's my mom. He knew I didn't want my mom to find out about that, so I got a hold of a professional. I started going talking to somebody. Tried a couple different medications between them and my doctor. I hate taking pills. Especially if it, I don't want to be like this, but I don't want to be, zombified, or I don't want to take something that's going to make me not even feel like myself. I mean, I at least can feel myself down in here. I know I'm still in there. Anyways, I've made lots of progress, and I've also regressed a lot. But I guess that's just how it's going to be, you know? I think the reason I decided to make this video is because of what this weekend was for me. You see, this weekend was my niece's wedding. I was very excited about it and honored that she even asked me to attend. I bought a brand new outfit. I have full intentions on going. Friday at work, something happened that made me feel like nobody really cared. And that was the beginning of the button being pushed. I came home, tried to shrug it off. I tried to watch some stuff on YouTube, switch my train of thought. Sorry, I have something in my tooth. Anything, because going to her wedding was very important to me. I watched YouTube stuff, would sleep like normal. I was actually even up early. My sister had sent me a text message, just girl stuff. She was getting ready. I texted her back. I told myself I wanted to leave by my house by 10 after 3 at the very latest. So I needed to start getting ready by 2 at the latest. At 1:30, I told myself to turn off the TV. You guys are like, she told herself, like, you just can't do it? Not when you have this. At 2:10, I still knew that I could still get ready. I could just do it. I knew I could pull it together. And then I heard, you are not in control. That was it. I turned my phone off for the first time, and completely off. I didn't want to feel the humiliation, the disappointment. Once again, I'd let people down. Once again, I'd hurt others. Once again, it was a big family, something important, and I couldn't leave my house. Then I become very angry with myself. And I sleep, like for long periods of time. And I have very vivid dreams. And it always involves somebody from my past and how they would look now, though. And they always seem so real. It takes a minute when I wake up to realize that that didn't really happen. I'm not sure why I sleep. I just do. I feel horrible inside, though. My smile's still there, it's just sleeping, so it's turned upside down. I've used basically all of my vacation days to help get me through if there's a day that I just can't, that I think I just need to be here, it's crippling, it's debilitating, it paralyzes you. And I've done so much research on my own, along with, like I said, speaking to a professional, going to see a doctor. I'm going to try to force myself out of it somehow, because I don't like it. If you've invited me to something recently and couldn't figure out why I didn't show up, this is why. If you thought you were going to see me at something for sure and couldn't figure out why you didn't, this is why. If I've let you down, if our friendship has changed in some way, this is why. This is my dirty little secret. That's wide open for you all now. But I'm a non-judging person, so if you judge, shame on you. Those that live in glass houses, what do they say? Let thou cast thy first stone. We have all made mistakes. We have all sinned. I don't base if I like somebody on their hair color, their eye color, their height, their weight, where they're from, their religion, their political beliefs. Nothing. Social status. It's how they treat me. As humans, we want to be treated good. We want to feel like someone really cares about us. I try to make sure that everybody I come into contact with feels that way, because I generally do care about everybody, good people and bad people. When you feel alone and isolated, at first it's very hard, but over time it becomes easier. Just like anything. Driving down the road and you have to take a detour because of construction. First couple times it's a pain in the ass. Before you know it, that's your way to work until that construction's done. So, it's the same with anything else in life. I know I'm strong. I just hope I'm strong enough for this. I need to fight through it though, because you all mean a lot to me, and I feel like I'm missing out on my own life. And I don't want it to be like that. I'm just going to start picking a small area around here. One little area. Make sure it's all neat and tidy. And once that's done, I'll pick another small area. Maybe then it won't seem overwhelming. Maybe if I start seeing progress, it'll help. Can't hurt, right? So just know, if you're going through this, you're not alone. I'm here with you. You can leave me a message in the comments below. Sometimes life is hard, but we'll get through it. You just gotta believe. So, If you were paying attention, you can see I have on different pants. It's no longer nighttime out, it's daytime out. This video is taking me a lot longer to make than I had thought it would. Probably because it's so real. Not that anything else I didn't make is real well. Like all my filters and stuff, obviously that was just to be funny, but this is real. This is raw. This is me. I was so social before this. I mean, I went to everything. I was constantly going to concerts, for motorcycle rides, barbecues, just going to somebody's house, hanging out, playing cards. Never missed a family event. Now I can't even go to the gas station without it taking me basically hours to coax myself to leave my own home just to go to the gas station. And that's even just to get gas, like pay with my card at the pump, the whole thing, so I don't even have to go in to talk to anybody. It's hard to do things when you feel like everyone is staring at you because they know. They know your dirty little secret. They know you've let your house turn into a pig pen. You don't even want to open the windows because you don't want the neighbors to see anything. I have one window open today. You don't want to have your door open because, you don't want to take the chance that somebody's going to knock at it and you ain't going to be able to pretend like you're not home. It's horrible. And what's worse is that you don't seem to have any control over it. It's like a switch has been turned, and you have to find a way to turn that switch again. I don't know if I included this in the beginning part of my video, but agoraphobia does run on my father's side of the family. A lot of the women have it. It usually starts in the 40s. Men, 25 if it's going to happen. Nobody knows. Like, before today, there's a couple people that know bits and pieces. But nobody knows it all. There's no way to show somebody just how bad you feel inside. How scared you are. I think I'm more scared of losing me than I am of trying to leave my house at this point. That's why I'm going to do something about it. I have a strong mind. I'm going to find a way to get through this. I've been researching a lot of things. unfortunately, there's lots of things that are triggers that make this happen. There's situations that are triggers. There's people that are triggers. Not only was this weekend my niece's wedding that I still feel horrible that I missed. I don't know how I'm going to make that up to her. Maybe she'll never forgive me. I honestly don't know. But it was the anniversary of when my pa passed away. And I think that in itself is what made me truly just want to be by myself this weekend. Even though I really wanted to go to that wedding. And even though something bad did happen at work, I think even if them things hadn't happened, I don't know if I could have or not, because I was really thinking about him a lot. I just wonder what would he tell me to do right now? How would he tell me to get through this and fix this? He always fixed everything. He was the one that you called. No matter if your car was stuck, if you needed money, he was the one you called. Just know that if you've texted me, called me, if I haven't already said this, and I don't answer, it's this. It's not because I'm mad at you. It's not because I'm punishing you. It's this thing. But we're going to get through it. I believe. And I'm going to start forgiving every person that has tried to take my life away from me. I mean, I already forgive them, but I'm going to try to actually let the individuals know. I need to heal. It's time for all them band-aids to come off that have been holding me together. There's a lot of them. It's time to heal and move on. Scars are what make me unique. They tell my story. I just seen a butterfly. If you are going through this, I feel so sorry for you. But I'm here with you. You don't have to be alone. I honestly do know how you feel. So, I think I might start a little series of this. We'll see how it goes. Talking about how I'm doing. Maybe I'll even show me cleaning a small spot. You can go through my progress with me. We'll see. I don't know. I know I used a vacation day for today. Because I didn't want to face anybody. I didn't want anybody to... How was your niece's wedding? I didn't go. You didn't go? Nope, I didn't go. Why not? Because I stayed home. I couldn't leave my house. It's not always bad. I mean, there's times that I can find comfort being here by myself, and that's what's part of it. It's some place where you feel secure and comfortable. They say that the reason that your house becomes disarray is because you've had so many things taken from you, you don't want to get rid of anything. And your mess becomes your barrier, your your moat, your wall, however you want to look at it, between you and the world. Because you don't want anybody to know your dirty little secret. If everybody comes to you, you're the strong one, you're the smiley one. You're the one that's always trying to get people to get along and work together. Have fun, smile. Like I said, my smile is still there. It's just sleeping. It needs to sleep too sometimes. So, I'm going to edit this. And unless I forgot something very, very important that I can't think of right now, this is going to be where I'm going to end this. I do want you to know that I love my mother very much. And I feel she did the best that she could. As parents, we all make mistakes. As we get older, we realize those mistakes, and you can't go back and change time. So, this is where I'm going to say goodbye for a minute. I love you, my sassies. Share them smiles, y'all. They're free. They're free. If you made it this far, you are awesome. And I'm sending you a big hug right now. Thank you.